One who serves answer, first of all, there are no shoulds here. So it is not where you should be. It is where you feel you need to be at this point. And it is your path. Your path as well as your partner's path. But it depends on whether it's right for you at this point to continue on in that area. And if you feel like you should need to, not should, but need to continue on in that area, then do your best to be in the moment, each and every moment moving forward. Do not focus on what others are thinking around you, but what you feel within yourself. But remember, ascension is an inside job here. It is not about the others around you. So focus within yourself more and more, and let that loving part of you come forward here, and fill the space with love and light. And you will find that, whether it is the right place or not will not matter anymore. See? Shoshanna? I guessed, thank you so much. Shoshanna answer, we can add our perspective to this if we may, dear sister. Guest, yes, please. Dear sister. It is a difficult path to be awake among the asleep. There is not one individual that is awake that does not experience this at some level or a greater level. There are many that are living among families that are asleep and they wish for them to wake up. But here is the truth. The beings will wake up when it is their time to wake up, when it is their path, when it is their understanding to look for the truth, to awaken to it, you see. You cannot rush that. You cannot change that. You can influence it, but you cannot change it. And you cannot influence those that are not ready to hear it, you see. There is not one among you that are awake that do not experience this on a daily basis, you see. You are in an area where there is mass hypnosis. Yet, there are stories. There is your governor that was at awake. You see, that was on social media everywhere because there are those that hate her. There are those that hate what she stands for. There are those waking up to the evil that she has perpetrated on your area of the country. So rather than, my dear sister, rather than focus on what is not happening, focus on what is happening. Focus on those events that are changing the face of the strategies of the government there. Those that are changing the ideology of the individuals that live there, that is happening right now, you see. So we say focus on what is awakening rather than what is not awakening. And we will say once again, dear sister, that there is not one among you that doesn't experience this on a daily basis. Yet we must forge forward as we have been given the task of the way showers, and that is your task, and you have to maintain that idea because you cannot go back now. But in order for you to continue to withstand the level of sleepiness, you must focus on that which is awake. Namasté. Guest, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I needed those answers. There be any further questions here? Guest, yes, please. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. This is a personal concern. There is a person that I'm associated with and I want to make sure I'm to the point and clear. So it's become evident that this person who is a light worker has been infiltrated by the dark. And so, me being associated with that energy, I've been experiencing some very uncomfortable situations and accusations and have been emotionally and mentally attacked. So I am asking, what can I do to protect myself? I'm doing everything that I think I can, you know, calling on the light and meditating and praying. And I'm now even involved with 12 steps, and that's very supportive as well. So that's my concern for myself and for others that may be associated with this individual. Thank you. So we will speak not in terms of personal issue here, but as a collective here. What to do in terms of what you are asking about, being around what you think is someone that is being attacked or part of the dark forces or something of this nature. And we would say that all you need to do yourself or selves here is to be within the light yourself. Know that you are protected. Know that you are one of the light workers and light warriors. And yet there are times where those light warriors are indeed attacked by the dark forces at a deeper level here. Not so much physically attacked, but mentally, emotionally attacked. And when this occurs they can protect themselves if they believe they are protected, you see. So know that each and every one of you that are on these calls here are a part of the greater protection of the Great White Brotherhood here. We are indeed aware of each and every one of you and do what we can when you ask for it, to be there for you and surround you with light. But you yourselves can surround yourselves with light. You can surround yourselves with the violet flame. You can do all of these things that you have learned over the years here to be the one that is protected from this and never have a concern for this, such as this one we speak through here. There are times where he could have succumbed to various attacks and things of this nature, but he does not believe in those attacks, you see. So therefore he does not have the inclination to be attacked here and have that within himself. And also the one Joanna and as well, and all of you here also have this protection within you and around you. If you believe that you do, that is important if you believe it, you see. Guest, one more thing, please. So, it comes as a shock, I mean, like out of the blue. And that, so it sets me off center. And I'm learning to reach out and ask for help with that. So, that's what happened to me. It's like somebody hits me upside the head with a train. So, that's my experience. Thank you. Guest, it was a little while after I started listening to all the Abraham information, which was huge for me. And the dream was that my twin sister and I went to a meeting inside a mountain. On either side of the mountain were circular doorways that opened. We entered this area in the mountains, like a cylinder that went through the mountain and looked like a space. And it was a meeting with Abraham and there were a few others there. There was a stage in the center of the space and a chair set up. There were speakers, which I don't remember a lot. It was a short meeting. So when the meeting was over, everyone else in the meeting started leaving through the doorway that they entered and I found myself kneeling in the space. As the other people left, the door that they were going through started closing and it was a circular door. And I was like freaking out when that door started closing because of the darkness. And so I heard a message that said darkness is the absence of light. And so in my fear, I started repeating, if darkness is the absence of light, then light is the absence of darkness. Light is the absence of darkness. And I repeated that. And as I repeated that, the doorway started opening again. And then I found myself kneeling on a portion of this room space. And it was like I had like my body looked like my body, but it was actually like a tablecloth or a sheet that had the patterns of my body. And I was kneeling, and there was a tall being standing in front of me, facing me with a long robe. And he took his right hand, and he touched the top of my head, and he pulled what, you know, what's like who I thought I was depicted in the sheet that was displayed over me. He pulled it off and I was totally new. And at that time, at the opposite end of that cylindrical room in the middle of the mountain, there was another doorway that I hadn't noticed, but that doorway started opening bigger, 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 and there were lights, huge lights shining from the heavens through the door, and there were a huge crowd of angelic beings singing, singing louder and louder and louder, and the dream ended. I know that was a huge dream, probably the biggest I've had in my life, which says something, but I would like more clarity or understanding of some sort of ceremony, the meaning of it. One who serves, so Shoshanna, would you care to? Shoshanna answer, we can share on this, but the depth and the breadth of this experience is complex and it is far beyond just answering with a few words you say. We would say that the components of this dream, the actual meaning of the dream is complex. What is very simple is that in that stage of your life you are experiencing a great awakening and you are experiencing the power of the light and the power of the truth. That dream was revealing that to you, but we cannot truly give a complete and total answer because each part of this dream had a significance. We would make a suggestion that because of the power of this dream, and we know that you have a journal that you write your dreams in, that you visit that journal, and in each phase, because this dream had multiple phases, we will say at least 8, that you examine each phase in a meditation and you will receive more clarity, you see. For it is not our purpose to give you the answers. It is our purpose to guide you to your own understanding. So we would ask that you meditate upon each phase and section of this dream, in each phase, and examine how one phase takes you to the other. It is very complex, you see. It is what we call in the spirit world a juicy dream, and we would love to give more clarity, but we would ask you first to meditate upon these sections of the dream, because each has a superior significance, you see, in your own evolution, in your own awakening. Namasté. One who serves. Very good. Thank you. We need to release channel here. Shoshanna, do you have any parting message here? Shoshanna, we do not. OWS continues, then we just end here with just know that you are each and every one of you within the ascension process. And it is all moving at a rate here for you individually as well as the collective to know that it is all part of the whole. We know we say this many times, but it is important for you to know that, to look at the bigger picture here, not to focus on the minutiae. But look at the larger universal plan that you are all a part of. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.